Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome in. We're going to be working in Johanna Basford Worlds of Wonder today. We are going to finish up this double page spread here. Let me move this stuff out the way. We're going to finish this up, and I have all kinds of plans for it. I'm going to move my coffee out of the way. I'm going to take my sticky notes off of here. And I am creating this by inspiration of Dauphin Island, Alabama. At Dauphin Island, when you come in on the island from the bridge, there is a line of houses. Actually, they're like little fishing shacks. And hopefully I've got a picture up, a couple pictures here to show you what they look like. And they are colored like this. And that's the reason that I had my little notes here of, where is it, left or right? Here it is. All that to say, left to right, this is how the houses are situated on the island. So we're going to be using all kinds of things for this. This might be a long video, so if you're up for that, get comfy, get a snack, get something to drink, all that. So what I plan to do, I actually made notes of what I want to do with this. I needed to finish the remaining house, which is this one. I just needed to, I wasn't finished coloring this when I made these notes, so I needed to finish this. We're going to use metallic paint on the chimneys and the roofs. We are going to use some stencil. Let me move my coffee or it's going to be part of the page. We're going to use stencil at the bottom down here, because what it looks like in real life, this is kind of like a parking lot, or you park in front of these little places, you know. So it's I'm gonna make it look like gravel, maybe kind of like this. I'm gonna use stencils for that. We're gonna have a nice sunset in the background. We're gonna use chalk for that. We're going to have, because right behind this in real life is the bay. So we're gonna make water here. We're gonna have sky here. Hope that makes sense. We're gonna put some stickers on here, and we might add some gems and glitter. It just kind of depends on what it looks like at the end. But that is what we're gonna do. And the first thing I think we're gonna do is the metallic paint. Now, watercolor does not take very long to dry, but because it has to dry, that's going to be the first thing we're going to do. And I think I'm dropping stuff. Got no clue what that was, but I think we're going to use this. This Master's Touch came from Hobby Lobby, so I think that's what we're going to use here. These metallic colors. I'll take that off so it's not so glary. We're going to use that. I do have a plastic sheet. Got a plastic sheet here. Can I bring you out? Yeah, there we go. Got a plastic sheet to protect everything underneath, and we'll just go back and forth. But there is going to be a lot of going back and forth with this, because we're going to put so much on it. You know what I mean? So the first thing we're going to do is paint the chimneys and the roof of this. And we are going to use water brush pens. These two here I've never used. They came from the Dollar Tree. And we're going to give them a whirl and see how good they are. So we've got our brush pens over here. And then I've got just, this literally is the top of like laundry soap or fabric softener or something. I don't know. But I've also got a sponge in here. That's what we're going to clean our brush off with, so we'll keep that right there. And let's see, what color do we want to make? Those are long, long bristles. I think we're going to use this color here. Can you see this? Yeah. It's sitting right where the arm is holding the phone, so it's hard for me to see. But I don't add a whole bunch of water to this. I think you can see what I'm doing. I'm just kind of brushing it on there because I don't want it too watery. And this is probably going to be a brush for bigger spots, but we're going to try. Yeah, it kind of sucks. Okay. Clean that off. We might use that for the water. But we're going to use this one. It's skinnier, easier to use. But this is some really awesome metallic paint for not very much, and there's a lot in it. I gotta keep looking up to make sure that you can see. I should have started over here. So we'll do that. We'll start over here. Maybe we'll make the roof a different color just so it doesn't all blend in together, you know? I love using watercolor paints. I'm not great at using them, but I like to use them. And I know that there's probably a shadow. I hope not. It looks like there is, but look, it's been stormy and yucky here, so, and I've got lights on. I'm just cleaning this off over here because I think we're gonna make decisions. You know what? This one is probably gonna be pretty close to the color of the building. Maybe I should make it green, but it won't match the rest if I do that. Well, I could make this one over here green. Let's look. We've also got these watercolors. This is me making decisions in real time. I think we're going to use this green right here. Because clearly, whoever decided to make these buildings like this was not trying to be subtle. Yeah, that'll work. I'm just like, yeah, over here. I don't know how talkative I'm gonna be during this. There might be some music. If I get too quiet, I might put some music behind some of it. Because I don't know if I got that much to say. Look, this ain't trying to work here. We squeezed a little dot of water in it. We need more. More pigment. Yes, here we go. I've just found that working with watercolor, at least the way that I do it, if you just don't want to make it too runny, too watery. And we're not going to get crazy and do each one of these separate. They're all the same color. So we shall paint them as one. Yep, I know I got out of the lines, but it'll be just fine because we got sky and water behind there. It'll blend right in. But I've been putting this off and putting this off. I was very excited when I was making the plans for this, but I also knew that I wanted to film it. I had to take a pause and make sure I was actually recording. Because I just thought it would be fun to, you know, use all kinds of different things. In a video. And these paints right here, I think they came from Walmart. Probably. It's Walmart or Amazon. And they were pretty cheap. But they're pretty good too. At least for what I want it for. All right, we got that. I just noticed that I didn't color this little bar right here, so guess what color that's fixing to be? Actually, no. We'll make it silver. We got silver right here. We have color options. Let's use them. Yeah, if I come across anything else that wasn't colored, it's getting painted or something. Oh yeah, and I used the H&B colored pencils for this page. They are a budget pencil. And I brought them over here. These are all the colors that I used. This is what they look like. H&B. This one's emerald green. There's the color number. That's their light fastness, which this does not matter. We're putting stuff in coloring books. It doesn't matter. Unless you're going to hang it up on your wall. And I think it was Sarah Renee Clark. Yeah, it was Sarah Renee Clark made a video on light fastness and all that stuff. It's definitely worth a watch. Okay, I'm moving stuff around because we're fixing to switch pages. We're going over here. I took a little clip at the beginning of the video of all the stuff I've got piled up over here to do this. It's a lot. All right, what are we doing? We're using this one right here for the chimneys. And we do have another roof there. We're going to start over here and be smarter this time, so we're not dragging our arm through what we just did. Tend to do that sometimes, so I do try to start on the left since I'm right-handed. We will do all these chimneys, and then I will do this roof right here green too, so it bounces out. So how are you all doing? How's your week going? This is actually Thursday, June 19th. When I am filming this. Guess we do have a roof on this one too, don't we? And I think this video is probably going to go up at some point next week. Okay, let's see. Yeah, we're gonna do green again. Is that whole thing done? Yeah. Isn't it amazing how much room you need to be coloring stuff? Like, I know it can't just be me. When I'm sitting on my couch in the evening coloring or whatever, I lose my coffee table. It becomes consumed with all the coloring stuff. Sometimes I've got so much stuff out, I just have to stop, put it all back away and start over again, because it gets too overwhelming having too much stuff around. Pretty. Yep, you can still see. Now, after I'm done with the paint up here, well, that wasn't supposed to be painted, but it is now. We'll just come right across there, make it look like we meant to do that. Oh, shoot. See what happens? I'm not cutting that at all either. I'm leaving it in, because you know what? Mistakes happen when you're coloring and when you don't pay attention. We'll fix that right up here in just one moment. But anyway, after I'm done with the paint, we're going to go to the bottom and do the stencils. And what we gonna do with that window up there? Well, apparently we're gonna paint it, because I got paint on it. This thing's gray. Let's use this gray right here. Can we paint over that color? Do not put your arm in it, girl. There's that. I'm gonna put this darker color right here in the window because that's like, I don't think, you know what, it looks like the same damn color, doesn't it? Well, it is what it is. Okay, it's fine, it's fine. Let's fix this one. Now, since we have smeared this paint all over this, we're just going to paint this roof this color. All right, we got that part done. I'm gonna reset and we're gonna come back and work with stencils. All right, we're gonna go through the stencils. I was thinking maybe because we're gonna make like the sidewalk slash driveway, you know. We're gonna put that down there. And I'm thinking we could use this one. These are kind of far apart. We could even use that. We might use this. I'm thinking this one. Or this one. I think I'm gonna use this one. This seems to be like the one I use all the time, but to me that looks like rocks. And there's different sizes. So let's find that in this. It's probably this way, honestly. Here we go, this one. So we gotta undo it. Take it out of there. Here's that one. All right. See if we use this part of it, the top, it's gonna look like this. Is that what we do? I think that's what we're gonna do. All right. We're gonna use ink for this. Sorry for the noise. Let's try that color. We're also going to use one of these kind of brushes. we're just gonna put it just like that and move it across. Let's see how that goes. I've never used this ink right here. It's pretty wet. It's pretty light too, so we may use something different. That's interesting. And I'm gonna go right over the top of that one. My hands are gonna be a mess by the time we are done. Well, we need a darker color, but we're gonna finish with this one. We need to keep it consistent. I'm gonna bring it across over here. We're gonna move our plastic sheet. This is how we got it? I think so. It's very awkward holding this. I'll move it across, come over here. Can you still see? Whoops. Now they're going to be blurry rocks, but that's okay. Yeah, we're finding something darker. We gotta let this dry though, because we're just gonna smear it all over the place if we try to put something on it while it's wet. Shouldn't take but a couple seconds. I'm seriously running out of real estate to put things. Okay, stickers, you move out of the way over here. Let's look. I don't necessarily want to put black on there, so we're going to put this one. We're going to not use those. Yeah, it's just too light, I think. Now we're going to get into these. We've got another gray. That's pretty dark. Yeah, that's dark. Kind of more what I was looking for. So I can still see that it's wet. So I'm going to pause you off for one moment. And I will be back in 2 seconds, and we will do this again, but with the darker color. Now I changed plans. This is taking forever and a day to dry. It's literally been like 5 minutes, but I'm getting impatient. So we're gonna do the water while this dries, and I'm gonna really try not to lay my arms in it. So we're gonna use this for the water, and it is gonna be night. So we'll make it a little darker if we can. If I can open this, Lord have mercy. Here we go. We'll start on this side since the plastic is over here. And the water is gonna come up to, we gotta make a decision because I have a sticker of a dolphin that we're gonna put in the background. And the only place that it's really gonna fit is gonna be like right in here. So I want the water to come about here. In real life, it's if you're looking at a picture, it's probably about right there, but I don't think that's enough. So, let's see. This all up here is dry now, by the way. It doesn't take very long. What kind of water are we gonna... We've got 3 blues in there. Let's start with this one. We're going to use this. We're going to try this again. And if I hate it, then we'll just go back to the other one. So let's see. The water's going to come up to about right... Where did I say? I'll put that there. So about here. Everything below this is going to be the water. Doesn't have to be perfect. But we're making lines here. And I honestly don't have any sort of idea how I want to do that. Yeah, these are going to be children's things. Look how fat it is. It won't, like, yeah, it's this horrible. Real life reaction to Dollar Tree water brushes, not great. Spend an extra couple dollars and get some better ones. If I can reach them. These, I think these came from Amazon. I've had these for a while, but this one's got a bigger thing on it, so we're going to use this one. And I'm just going to hold this. It's just going to make it easier. This might be a really long, boring video, and if it is, I'm real sorry. I hope you're tired. Maybe you'll fall asleep. How do I want this to look? I don't know. We're just going to play around with some color, put it down here, and hope it looks like water when we're done with it. And we're going to try not to be too sloppy. Because we're going to use chalk after this for the top. So we have to be mindful of the order that we do things. I think I'm doing them in the right order, but we'll see. Almost got to color this down here just to get the white out of there. Man, I knew this was going to take me a while, but I might have to edit some of this out so it's not so long. We'll start over here. My vision is very grand. What the outcome is, we'll see. We'll see if it's that grand. But I can say that it's been very fun coloring this picture and imagining what it's going to be like. And that is the important thing, right? Use your imagination. Be creative and keep your mind alive. Even if it doesn't come out perfect, I still can't believe this stuff ain't dry yet. And I gotta be careful around some of this stuff down here because it is gel pen and it will smear. or putting other colors on top of this. This is just the base. Just trying to figure out where my hand is down there. I don't necessarily want the strokes up and down. I want them more horizontal. But it's really difficult to do that in this little space when I can't put my hand all the way down on the paper. Oh crap, there's another spot. All right. I almost didn't see this one. I think that's part of the fun with these kind of books, though, is you can use so many different mediums on them, you know? And sometimes it turns out awesome, and sometimes it doesn't. But you won't know unless you try. Okay, we're gonna go to a darker blue. Let's go to the really darker blue. It's not that much darker, is it, y'all? Because you gotta imagine that all this water in this bay is coming from the Gulf. So there usually is, there's always waves. The water's never still. But this is a very popular location, especially for locals in Alabama. When somebody says, we're going to the island this weekend, this is where they're going. Does it look like water? Honestly, I think it needs some white in it, you know, for like the caps. I'm gonna put a little drop in there. It looks crazy. Let's move to the other side. This is still wet down here. like I said, I had never used that ink before. I got it a while ago, but I just haven't used those colors. And yeah, it takes a lot longer to dry than the other stuff. All right. It's a little more watery than what I like it to be. I just put a drop of water in this blue, and I put too much, but sloppy. There, I fixed it. I knew my hands were gonna be a mess by the time I got done with this. But I really thought the mess was gonna come from the chalk, which it will. Just trying to fill that in. Yeah, there's definitely going to be music in this video because I'm being very quiet. Got some water on the sidewalk, it'll be fine. Alright, now we're gonna go for the dark one. Yeah, it looks pretty crazy. Hopefully when it's all done, it looks okay. This is the water. This stuff still looks like that it's wet. And all this has been done in real time. It's still wet. Well, hell's bells. I'm not going to be able to do the sky with this is wet because I'm going to use chalk and it will stick to everything. So we're going to let everything dry, and then we will come back and do the sky, and then we will redo this down here in darker color, and then we'll add the stickers, and then we'll be done. So we're going to give this a good minute to dry, and I can see what this water is going to look like. I honestly don't know what else I could do to it other than add some white, and I tend to screw stuff up when I try to add white to it, so I'm a little leery about doing that. But we will resume when this whole page is dry. Okay, a little bit of change plans. This down here is dry, but I think that we're gonna, I don't remember what I said last, but we're gonna do all this up here first. The sky, we're gonna use the chalk, all that stuff. We're gonna get the stickers on there, and then we're gonna come down here and finish this. That's what I think we're gonna do. Now, I just gotta be kind of careful around this because I didn't color this because this building is gray and white. I didn't see a reason to color anything that I wanted to stay white. But the chalk will stick to anything that's not covered. So I have to be careful here. If I get the chalk on it, it is what it is. But we're gonna use good old-fashioned Crayola. We're going to blend with this. This is a clean one, not the one I used for this. And we're gonna also use these. So let me open this up, grab a couple of them out of there. And also, what I think I'm gonna do with the water, sparkle always makes everything better. So instead of adding anything else to this water, any more color and screwing it up, we're gonna put some opal glitter medium on the water to make it sparkle, because hey, you know, water sparkles. So, because we're gonna have, these are the colors that are in here, we're gonna have like a nighttime slash sun going down kind of thing, you know. We're gonna do that first, and I'm gonna use yellow for sure. This is where it's gonna get real messy. I'm gonna use yellow. I'm gonna use the red. Gonna use orange. If I can get it out of there. And we're going to use blue. There's a purple in there too. We'll grab that. Blue. Are these two different colors, or are they same color? Let's see. That looks like that. Yeah, they're different colors. Alright, look, see, mess already. Okay, let's move that out of the way. Then we're gonna grab the soft pastels, because that's where I keep this. I'm gonna have to show y'all this mess when I'm done. This is crazy. Okay, where are we gonna start? Okay, we got this over here, so we'll start over here. I'm gonna put the lighter color here. So we're just gonna scrape it off. Over to here. Let's see where that gets us. These little cotton rounds can also help clean off your hands. Okay, I was being careless with this. Don't do that. If you use one of these, be careful. Know where you're putting it. Put it way away from you so you don't cut yourself. And I'm going to use one of these to steady my hand, if you will. So I'm not like touching everything. I'm putting fingerprints on it. But we're going to, do we want to do, let's do one of these first. I just kind of do this number, you know. We just want it right down here. We're going to do the same thing on both sides here. Trying to move stuff out the way. Move this down. Can you see? You can see. And I know I didn't scrape any over here, but I will here momentarily. If you're still watching, leave me a comment. What do you think? Do you use any of these mediums in your color books? Look at that. You can't see nothing. There we go. All right. I'm continuously moving stuff out of my way. There's the yellow. Now for the orange, we're gonna get more up into the sky with this one. And at the end, a lot of people use like some sort of fixative or something. I gotta clean one of these. So the chalk or soft pastels, whatever you're using of this kind of stuff, so it doesn't smear or whatever. I use hairspray. And I will use hairspray at the end. Just a light coating, at least an arm's length away. You don't want to soak the page or anything like that. And the hairspray tends to work for me. Are you getting the vibe of the sky? Move over. I hope that you've been able to see. Okay, we're going to put orange here. I thought about using gel crayons for the background. I thought about using oil pastels. Trying to get that in the center here. But I decided on the chalk. And I'll just rub it in. I'm probably shaking the crap out of y'all. Hold on. Rub and blend. I want to bring the darker down just a little bit. Okay. Let's use the red. Got a clean one again. There we go. This is more. I just want a little piece of lightness down here, because really, in real life, when you look across water like that, there's always like a little tiny difference in the color between the sky and the water. And I like to use these little cotton rounds because I feel like it gets the pigment down in the paper better. We're just going to take a little brush, do a little brushing. Just trying to consciously be aware of where I have the sharp things. My neighbors are outside, and I've got my door open, so you may hear them. Sorry about jiggling you around. Some more of this down here. All right, let's use this blue or purple, I don't know. We'll use that one. This video has taken me all day long to do. Just the waiting time, you know. Clean one. I really wish I could do this without jiggling you too much. Okay, I think you're getting the vibe, right? We're just gonna stay right here. Take that one and this one. They do look the same, don't they? They are different. Move that blade out of the way. I'm afraid I have chalk on my fingers and I don't want to put fingerprint chalk down here at the bottom. Oh, there it is. It's right in front of me. I was looking for it. Just want to kind of smooth it out just a little bit because there's a little bit of crumbs still left. I'm trying to use them all. I think that gives the vibe of a sunset, don't you? I'm gonna come over here, finish this out on this side. Okay, I think we're gonna do these together. And I do apologize if they're still jiggling. That's the purple. There's the blue. Move the sharp thing out of the way. Got more over here, but that's okay. We're getting there, y'all. Bring some of that down. I don't know what it is about finishing a page on camera, but I like to do that. Give it a little brush. I think that's all right. What do y'all think? Can I scoot you back? Yeah. What do you think? Looks like sunset, right? Let me, we're just kind of shoving stuff out of the way. What are we gonna do next? The stickers. We're gonna do the stickers next, and then what I think we're gonna do is I'm gonna use a sponge. I'll show you that in a minute. And I'm gonna put some green down here because, and I'll put the picture up here again of these houses. There is like grass like growing up out of here. So I think that's what we're gonna do and see what it looks like after that, because I don't really want to add real dark down here and try to go over the stencil again, because I think it's gonna mess it up. So we are going to do the stickers. I've got to find them. They're under a bunch of stuff. I'm reaching. They're within sight. And I might need a pair of tweezers. And I got the tweezers because some of these might be a little bit difficult to take off there. Let's see. We know we're going to put the dolphin on there. So let's peel him off. We're just going to stick him right there. I'm just going to use the back of the tweezers. Put him down. And I also thought about putting this little bicycle in front of, we got fuzz from the cotton rounds. I thought about putting this in front of one of the buildings. Just take it off of there and look. We're gonna hold it with the tweezers. I don't know, I just think it's cute. Let's just put it right here. Ain't it cute? Okay, I think that's all these I was going to use. I'm dropping stuff again because I got so much crap sitting over here. Yeah, I think that's it. And then I want to use some of these birds. Like this one. Where are we gonna put him? Let's put it right here. Can you see? That one. And then we're gonna use this one. I know it's a little big, and maybe the proportion isn't right, but you know, I still want to use him. Let's see, this guy seems like he's sitting on something. Well, there he goes. He got stuck right there, so he's gonna sit right there. That is one huge bird. And then there's another one right here. We're gonna put this guy over here. Anything else? How about a snail? Now I'm gonna go crazy with stickers. That's the fun about using this kind of stuff in the coloring book though, right? Or we're gonna put the little snail guy. He might just go right here. I think that's all the stickers we're gonna use. None of those, right? Just those. All right. Now, we're coming down to it, y'all. We're gonna use this right here. I gotta get a another sponge. Actually, it could be loud, but it wasn't. Okay. I'm getting ink. We need some green. We're going to use those 3 inks, and let me grab a sponge to do that with. All right, got the sponges. They're stained, so I'm going to use the darkest green with this one just in case. Let's see. That's pretty green. This is why I'd be a mess, because I'll just stick my finger in it. That one's a little lighter. Okay, let's put the lid on it. And we can tell this one's lighter. So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this little one. Holy crap, this cotton balls are sticking all over me. We're just gonna get some of the pigment on there. We're just gonna kind of dot around. Like I said, I should put a picture up here so you can remember what this looked like down here. There is a little bit of grass poking up out of there. So maybe that's where we'll fill in, you know? And this stuff will dry like really quick, like. Not super quick, but you know, quicker than the other stuff. Okay, there's that one. And we'll try the darker one. Or it's lighter than this one, but the next one. Can you see what I'm doing? This one is darker. Okay, well that's fine. It's still working. No particular pattern, just kind of make it a little bit darker where the bicycle's sitting at. But I still want that to kind of show through. This one goes with this one. Let's set that right there. And we're going to use this one. Use the big one for this one. This one feels like it's kind of dry, so we won't be using this one probably at all. We're not using this one. Do I have a lighter green? Do I want a lighter green? I don't think it's really that necessary. Let's move it over. Do the same thing. We're gonna put this under there. Just little pieces of grass growing up all over the place. And then we'll use this one. That is, let's see, I need a paintbrush, and I had one, but I have lost it because we're going to put this on the water. Do we need to put that on the water? I almost want to leave it alone. I almost feel like it's done. Yeah, I think that we're done. I'm not going to put that on there. The only other thing I'm going to do is spray hairspray on this part of it. And I'm going to wait until all this is dry. I'm going to try not to get it down here, but let's face it, I probably will. And I just don't want this to, like, be crazy. I'll try to cover it up, but yeah, I'll just put hairspray on the back of it, and it won't take very long for it to dry. I'll just leave this book open probably overnight because I'm not going to work in it anymore today. And that'll be it. So I think that we are done with Dauphin Island, y'all. How did we do? It doesn't look exactly the way I pictured it to look, but it's not bad. I think we might need some stars or something up here, but we'll think about that. If I had stickers that were stars, I would put them up there, but I don't have any star stickers. So that'll be it, y'all. We are done with recreating Dauphin Island. And if you stuck around, leave me a comment below. Leave me a like on the video. Consider subscribing if you haven't subscribed already. And until next time, y'all, I hope you have a wonderful morning or afternoon or evening or wherever you're at in the world when you're listening to this. And I'll talk at y'all later. Bye.